Hey guys, Az here with you. Welcome to some more Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. Now, hopefully you guys watch till the end of this video and get involved on a poll regarding Pantheon and their raids. This is what this video is about today. Raids. Now, to non-MMO players and first-person shooter players or even console players, this is a foreign concept. Now, if you've never played an MMO and have never been in raids and you're interested in getting the best loot in Pantheon while doing the most difficult content in the game, keep watching. This video is a simple guide for people who have never played an MMO or have never done a raid before and are interested in what can be involved. With game mechanics using the Holy Trinity, which I believe Pantheon will use in their raids. So what is a raid? A raid is a high-level dungeon. It is the end game content of a game and is typically the most difficult player versus environment content, and it requires a certain amount of people that work together to complete it. Now, because Pantheon is still in development, we have no idea how many people it will take, to finish or complete a Pantheon raid. Now, typical raids range between 12 to 18 players, even 24 players. There's some MMOs that require 30 plus players. Most MMOs features the Holy Trinity of group composition, which consists of tanks, healers, and damage dealers. A tank is someone who holds aggro, the attention of the enemy, and they do that by generating threat. Now, they have very high defensive capabilities. Now, to have the enemy aggro you, you need to generate threat, which is mainly done by dealing damage. Now, tanks have additional modifiers on their abilities that make them generate additional threat because they don't generate a lot of damage. The tank's job is to hold the attention of the enemy 100% of the time. A tank also has to be aware of his surroundings. His job is also to move the enemies to an alternate position when needed. Healers keep players alive. They provide extra armor for their raid group and focus main heals to the tank. They're responsible for the whole raid group and keeping them alive. They also debuff enemies or buff allies and also use crowd control abilities for those extra mobs or enemies helping their boss. Then you got your damage dealers, or DPS, damage per second, and their main focus is very simple. They kill. But they also generate threat, which they need to monitor with their timing because they can pull the aggro or the mob's attention away from the tank. Everybody needs to work together like a well-oiled machine. No tank, people die. No healer, people die. No DPS, and the mobs will slowly tear your group apart. Raid bosses are like giant puzzles. You need to put teamwork and understanding the game mechanics together. Everyone needs to do their respective jobs, but also handle the mechanics of any given boss fight. During a boss fight, there may be side objectives while fighting the mob. And it could be anything. It could be a raid boss immobilizing everybody within 15 yards and throwing a damage over time spell. And to avoid that, your group basically has to do certain things to avoid that from happening. Each raid boss is different and complicated, and it's up to you and your group to figure out what the puzzle is. The best rewards in the game come from defeating a raid boss. Now, we have no idea what raids will be like in Pantheon, but I can speculate that you'll probably need certain acclimated gear for certain raid bosses. I mean, it's a fair assumption. I don't think it's far-fetched. Now, I wanted to put a poll out there in regards to Pantheon's raids. And this is the question. Assuming that your group has beaten the raid boss on several occasions, starting from when you enter the zone and work your way up and killing the raid boss, how long should a Pantheon raid last? 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, plus 4 hours? Please leave a comment below. I'm kind of curious to see why you chose what you chose. Well, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed my small video. If you like, press like or subscribe. And if you want more Pantheon, check out Saicred TV. I mean, he's got a YouTube channel, he's got a Twitch channel, VOT, Voices of Terminus. These guys have over 100 videos, and greenchat. I highly recommend checking these guys out. I also highly recommend Pantheon Radio. These guys are doing great work. They put everybody together on their platform with some really great music. And I'll share the links down below. I'm Az, and thanks for watching, guys.